Good morning, this is Websites for Beginners with JP. It's good afternoon and good evening and good wherever you may be at this moment. Hope you are doing well and keeping safe. This is a first look at a new free starter site, free template, demo site, whatever you want to call it, from the guys over at Blocksy, one of the best free and premium themes for WordPress. You may be a person who does everything from scratch, then probably this video is definitely, not for you. But if you like inspiration, or sometimes you just want to kickstart something off with a starter site, and especially if you're looking for something free, then definitely have a look at what Persona, the latest starter site from Blocksy, has to offer. Really nice design, I like it, it's clean, a little bit of minimalism in there, and I really like this kind of design. Let's have a look at the site. Then I will go into how it is set up within the back end. And if you are interested in how to install it, there's a link in the description below. That's at the very end. I'm not going to show now how to install it because maybe you already know how to do that. Don't sit through that. But if you still need to understand how do you install these starter sites on WordPress with your Blocksy companion, then make sure that you jump to the end with that timestamp in the description below. We've got the homepage, and the homepage is going to give you your typical different sections with all your call to actions that you need, including videos, their services, a little bit of branding for clients, and then your post area under news. Really nicely done. I love the color scheme. You have 4 other pages, one of them services, outlining everything for you nice in cards, and then pricing, very nicely done. If you're curious how all of this had been built out within the WordPress Gutenberg editor, then look no further. We also have videos on that because it's done with Stackable, a free add-on for Gutenberg as well as a premium feature, and all of this has been done with the free version. This is the About Us page. Gives you a little bit more insight on the team. Always these handsome people. Makes me so jealous. And notice this nice slide over footer that we get here at the bottom, where you can also collect leads and you have your social icons as well as your site menu links and other information. And then a blog page, which is very important for a Persona site. Loving the blog. This is our archive page or the blog posts page. So different, many terminology for that. Let's go and have a look at a single post. I think we can all agree on what a single post is. The main post here on the left, social links down here, as well as your comments section. And the sidebar, we have recent posts, popular posts, and scroll down, also some categories and meta information and data over there. That's all about the blogging. And within Blocksy, you naturally can go and style this out to different layouts as you please. Then the last one here is the contact us part. We have a card here for a physical address, email, nice little hover effect we get here, and then the form that you can also go for. Scroll to top button here in the bottom, and then we have a Let's Talk. And if I click on that, probably takes us to a link, and we have a search button as well. That's our site in a nutshell. Let's have a quick look at how this is going to work on a mobile device. Let's focus here. This is a Galaxy S20. Hamburger menu at the top. Nice little drawer that pops out with the links. And then the social links down here. Gold price and gold stickers for everyone. Great. We have a nice Euro banner, the services, a link to view more, and then those cards that we saw all stacked, which is very common and standard when you are working with a cell phone display. The videos we saw down here. And then as I scroll up a little bit quicker, you get your branding for clients, your news with your blogs that comes in, and then the contact down here. And if I click on that, it should take us to the contact page or services. Okay, interesting. And you're not going to be surprised after this, because as it is done within Stackable, the add-on for Gutenberg, Blocksy creators have gone the direction of keeping it stacked, and Stackable kind of lets you know, hey, the moment you go to mobile, then you have to expect that everything is going to be stacked. I saw a comment the other day, can I put them next to each other? As far as I know, at this moment in Stackable, no. I know there's a lot of talk about the upcoming new version. I'm not sure what that's going to entail. But the idea often presented as is that when you want to do it like this on mobile device, just go and stack them. It just looks better and you don't have nasty surprises. And this is the contact page. I'm not surprised. All of this looks good on the mobile device. Now let's go have a look at the back end. Right, so let's see what's happening here in the back end. Just remember, if you want to know how to install all of this, jump to the end of this video, or at least watch it until the end of this video so you have an idea how to install starter sites on WordPress from Blocksy. A quick overview. In appearance, go to themes, and you will see that we have Blocksy installed. Under plugins, you're going to see we have the Blocksy Companion, which gives you all access to everything you need Blocksy, and that also brings in this label here in the navigation sidebar. Then we have Stackable. Stackable is crucial to the foundation and existence of this persona site because everything is built within Stackable. Stackable is free. There's also a premium version available, and I believe at this moment that is on the lifetime deal available on AppSumo. I'll put a link for you in the description below, whilst that is still ongoing. And then WP Forms Lite. So if we go to pages, let's see what we've got here. It should be 5 pages, but we also have the services. We also have the privacy policy page, and then these other 5. And if we go to our posts, there are a few posts in here. Let's click on one of these posts just to have a quick look at how it works within the Blocksy customizer. And here is our normal post, paragraphs, and that's as simple as that. Header, and then the content over here. Nothing grand over here. The main changes happens within the theme customizer. And to access that, you can either go to Blocksy here, and then over here, go to Customizer Shortcuts and just follow directly from here. You see we have the blog options here, or the other one is Appearance and then Customize. Let's use the dashboard, click on Blog Options and go to Option, and that takes us into the Blocksy Customizer. We have a look at the blog options and what we can do here. Now for this, there are a number of videos available out there. Whenever you work with a specific area that affects a specific part on the page you are working with, remember to navigate to that part. So for example, we here want to play around with the blog structure, which is the archive page. Then make sure you click here on the page, the blog item link, and that takes us here so that you can have that real-time visual update. Otherwise, you're just going to be making changes here and you will have no idea how that works. Well, I would say the idea of a starter site is that you actually don't mess with this. You may look at it and you think, but I just wish I could do this, or I wish I could do that. Now remember, everything you see here is free. If you go over to the premium version, you'll have far more flexibility than just a few things I can show you here. Now here is the blog structure. So let's say if we want to go for a full white, and they call it Gutenberg. This is the Gutenberg layout. Then you're going to get these guys just structured as a featured image with the category and then your post title. Let's see, this is classic. Classic maybe has a little excerpt. Ooh, huge featured image. Let's try this one, enhanced grid. Enhanced grid. Alrighty. And you will get 2 main posts at the top, and then you get 3 below that, and then if you want a simple one as well. And I think it was set at the very beginning. We started here with this one called grid. And you have so many other options here. For example, changing out the card. You can click here on card options. then you can decide which of these elements you want there to appear. For example, if you want to excerpt, then you just click here on what I call the Eye of Osiris, and it will give you the excerpt. And to change the length of this excerpt, you can go here to the drop-down menu, and let's put this down to 20 characters. And I have to tell you, there are so many themes, so many free themes out there that just cannot get this right, where they have these grid layouts and the grids are just uneven. This is very well done. So when I type in the length and I know that my cards are the same height and equal height, I get very, very excited about it. So this is how you go around, how you fix it up. If you want the read more button there as well, throw in the read more button and you can style it out. Just look at how quickly we had made changes to our block archive page. Then if you want to keep it, you click here on publish. If you don't like it, make sure that you don't save it and click here on the exit button so that you don't lock in those changes. You can go back, blog posts, and while we are here, let's have a look at the single post. Remember to navigate to a single post, so we can now just click here on read more, and this will take us to this post. And then you again have these options. This is the one with the sidebar on the right. Click sidebar on the left. And in premium, you have unlimited sidebars. So you can create sidebars as you wish and then assign conditions where and when they should appear. And then you have normal width. This will have no sidebar. This is your single post. But you know, for blogging, we like things a little bit more squashed, a little bit more boxed. You can even click here on content area style. And this will give your content, which is the single post feature, a little bit of that narrowness. Brilliant. Splendid. You see? Very nice. How quickly we have jazzed this up. Let's publish it. Let's save it. We are so excited and happy with this. We want to keep it. Now, if we exit from here, it will take us back to the Blocksy dashboard. For our static pages, that will be done by Stackable now. Go to pages, and the best static page in the universe is the home page. Click on home, and we go into the Gutenberg editor, and we have a look and browse around and just see what creative themes, aka Blocksy, what they've done with the design library from Stackable. Now for this, you will need to know how to work the Gutenberg editor. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, I did mention at the beginning that I think when it comes to blogging, it's always a good idea if you just have a pure centric blogging idea in mind to stick with Gutenberg. It does a great job because that's what WordPress was developed for. In that case, you do need to learn how to use the Gutenberg editor and how to use add-ons like Stackable. So I recommend sometime in your future or tomorrow, you take some time and just learn a little bit how to work with these blocks. It's going to be a big change if you are used to other page builders, but it is something that it's good to have in your arsenal. So for example, here, if I have this Euro banner and Euro section here at the top, the easiest is just to click on it and see what happens. You will see Stackable will give you a welcome guide if it's the first time you're using it since you've installed it. But all the main stuff is happening here on the right, which we refer to as an inspector. No idea, I just call it an editor, inspector, or a sidebar. We try to give it big names to sound important. So this block is called the Advanced Columns and Grid. And then within this block, you will have many other blocks to build out the content. You know that by going up here to which is the outline area, and you will see the advanced column and grid as an advanced column. And in that column, there's advanced text, which is this part, and advanced heading, which is this one, and then an icon, which gives you these social icons. And then you will also see that within this block, there's a second advanced column. This is the one on the right that is empty. A great way to learn, I think, is to get templates like this imported into your site and look at what the developers and creators had created, copy it, and then adjust it for your own needs. At the bottom, I just want to go have a look here at the news section. So here where the news section is, you will see a short code has been brought in. And then from this, it gives you your blog posts. As this is a short code, I'm just interested if we don't have posts here. So, yep, we have many posts widgets. So if I click and drag this one, let's see what Stackable can give us in terms of posts. Right, so now instead of using that short code, what I've done is I've brought in a block from Stackable, also free, that allows you to bring in the post. Now, this is your front page, and you usually don't want too much on it. You just want one row. That's very important. So let's go over here. And the first part I will go to under the block section of this one is to layout. The reason I choose layout, Stackable comes with amazing preset features, and you may just want to try them out first. So currently, this is the basic one here on the left. If I click here on list, it's going to give me this update. So now we have the featured image on the left and then all our content here on the right. Let's say we stick with basic, but then you also have what they call designs. Now you will see these guys are locked, they are premium, and I didn't install my premium license here. So let's see what they've got under free. So free, let's choose this one, Elevate Blog Post. And it's going to load it in, but we see this one doesn't have any featured images. Yeah, don't like it. Let's choose this one. Very similar to the previous one, but now we have at least equal height cards. And let's see this one. This is another one without a featured image. So these are presets that you can use. Great. Let's choose this one with the images, and under style, you have more control. Let's say we want to have 3 columns here instead of 2, and shadow outline, that is fine, content order. Then we go to post settings, and instead of having 2 rows, because we told them we want 6, I'm just going to reduce this to 3. And now they will appear like so. And it says newest to oldest. You can choose your taxonomy here, which is just a very big word for your different categories. And you have a few other features here as well. Over here, we have what we can activate or remove. And then you have your styling feature. So for example, if I go to title here, you will see my title size pretty big at 30. Let's say I reduce that to something more manageable like 18. Nice. And then if I go to my excerpt over here, excerpt length, I'm going to reduce to something like just 20. And then the size is currently at 16. I'll just put it on 14. And this is how you're going to style it out. Very nicely done. Excerpt featured image, read more link. Great stuff. Make sure you check out the videos we've got here on Websites for Beginners, as well as those that will be coming up in future releases. I think this is all that we basically have here. The only thing that I would do, apart from swapping out the content and the images and maybe making a few color changes here and there, is I do not work with WP forms. So in my case, I will remove WP forms and I will install a different form builder. The one that I really like at this moment, especially working with Gutenberg, is going to be JetForm plugins. So for that, you can go to plugins, add new, and you can also check out the tutorial here on Websites for Beginners. We've got a long one for that, JetFormBuilder, one word, I think. And let's see that. Great. I'll just say install now. And let's see how this is going to work. While it is installing, let me jump to the front. We go to contact, so you can have an idea of what is currently working here with WP Forms Lite. Activate JetFormBuilder. And then once you have JetFormBuilder installed, go to Forms, add new. And this takes you into the Gutenberg editor from where you will use the JetForm blocks, which you will find down here, JetForm fields, many of them. Great features here. Please check it out. I think great little thing that we've got going on here. Finally, something for Gutenberg. And it's good. The more people who use it, the better the support for it becomes. Bugs can be ironed out. So really go check that out. That is Persona. Great new free starter site from Blocksy, from the guys at Creative Themes. Get a top A grading from Websites for Beginners. That brings us to the end of this overview. However, the next part is for people who want to know how do you actually install this starter site onto your WordPress installation. If you have skipped to this part or you have reached this part, it's because you don't know how to set up the site within your WordPress installation. Let's make sure we know what is installed at this moment. For this, first I will go to Appearance and then Themes, because it's important that you have Blocksy installed. And this you get directly from the WordPress repository, very easy to find and activate. After you have installed it, Blocksy is going to ask you, do you want to install the Blocksy Companion, yes or no? The answer to that is always yes. Because without that, you don't get these additional add-ons that we need, especially the starter sites. That will be an automatic process at this moment. In the past, you had to do it manually, but it should all run automatically now. And once you have installed the Blocksy Companion, two things will happen. One, you will see the Blocksy section up here in the navigation sidebar on the left. And when you go to plugins, you're also going to find the Blocksy Companion over here. Everything we do here is done within the free version of Blocksy. Now let's go to Blocksy, click here on the label, and then in the dashboard you're going to see we have these tabs up here, and this is the big call out for you that this is where we want to go to starter sites. Click on starter sites and you have access to all the starter sites, great ones. And what I really love about these starter sites, that they are geared towards blogging and e-commerce, and they are done very well. So you don't have to go and do all of kinds of fancy thrills, everything nicely done. So have a look, check which ones are more orientated towards blogging, which ones are maybe just the presentation, which ones include WooCommerce for a shop. And then from here, we're going to do the next. We are working with this one, Patrick Bradley, Persona. And I hover over it, it says for Gutenberg, which means this layout is only for WordPress. Some of them, if you go down, you will see includes others, like this one also for Brizy, and I think we have Elementor as well. This one only for Elementor, and then you have these combinations. We are very happy with this one, and like I often recommend, if you are going for a pure blogging site, Gutenberg does a great job at that. If you want to go for many more pages and loads of other things, I would consider page builders and site builders. But if your focus is a very standard blogging with the thrills and spills, then Gutenberg does a good job. Let's click on import. You have the option to install a child theme. And there's always this debate, to child theme or not to child theme, to have children or not. I am one of those that because I don't go into the coding, I don't mess up things, I don't install the child theme, as simple as that. But there are a lot of people out there that make many changes to the theme itself. If you're that person, then you definitely want to install the child theme. But to show you that the world won't stop, I'm going to uncheck it and not install a child theme. Pretty sure a lot of people go, for your site to work, you need to install these two plugins. The contact form that you saw there is by WP Forms. And then to make this site work, you definitely need Stackable. No Stackable, nada, it won't work. Now, I don't use WP Forms. I prefer other form builders. But it's a good idea to just bring it in to see how it looks. And then afterwards, you can go and delete this and bring in your own form element. So we are going to leave these two checked and then click Next. Now it comes to all the optimization. Do you want the same options? Do you want the same widgets? Now, really, you want to have this checked, because if you uncheck one of these, your site is just going to behave strangely and you're not going to know from where it comes. Just take it as it is, because you saw this Persona website. That is what you want. So keep them all checked and click here on Install. I also recommend to always click this Clean Install to make sure you remove all posts and all that kind of jazz. And with that said, It's best to choose a theme and choose a starter site before you build out anything. Don't build out your posts first and then bring this in. It's going to make you cry long crocodile tears and rivers wide. We click on install, and this is going to take a little while depending on the speed of your internet, all that kind of jazz, and it's going to download the images and set it up for you. Finally, when the importer is done, you have the options to customize it directly or view it. I recommend go view it first to make sure everything worked well. Sometimes, once in a blue moon, things don't work that well, and you will need to do the whole installation process again. Click on View the Site. And so far, everything looks good. Like I said, especially when you go to the Contact Us area where you have external plugins like WP Forms, you may just want to come and check here if it had loaded correctly. Even for your blog, everything super smooth. Great. And that's how it's installed. Now that you are done with that installation, you can just click out here. If we go to plugins now, you will observe that we have two plugins installed, namely Stackable and WP Forms Lite. These two help you build out the site. Stackable is basically all the content, and then Blocksy used WP Forms Lite to create that contact form. I will go for something like Happy Forms or Fluent Forms, and lately I really like the JetFormBuilder. You can check out videos for all of these forms here on Websites for Beginners. If you're happy with WP Forms Lite, no reason to change. And that is the setup procedure. That is first look at Blocksy Persona. Maybe something that you are interested in and you want to try for a client site or for yourself. This is free. Go ahead, get Blocksy from the WordPress repository, install and play around. From me, JB, have a great day. Stay safe.